Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is Eve's Rising Tarot and my name is Natalie. This is a general collective reading for the person on your mind, the one you're here for. Please keep in mind because it's general, it may not fully resonate. And I would ask kindly that you please use your intuition in discerning what messages are meant for you and what are not. And listening to your intuition, if you feel guided, or if you feel you're receiving a different message from the card, please listen to your intuition before you listen to me. Your intuition will never guide you wrong. It is your direct source to God. It's your internal compass, and it's there for a reason. Strengthen that connection to it. And let's get into it. How do you and your person, the one you're here for, the one on your mind, how do you view one another at this time? Let's get one card for each of you. How do you view the person on your mind, and how do they view you through this connection? For you, I have the Eight of Swords. Let's see. Got that glare there. How do you view the connection? You feel bound and restricted. You feel that the past is haunting you and you can't let it go, and you're not forgiving yourself for it. You feel trapped. You feel that you can't see clearly, and the story keeps repeating itself in your head over and over, and it feels very hopeless and limiting. And how does your person view this connection? The Wheel of Fortune. So in some way they're seeing it in a more positive light, perhaps with the way in association with this Eight of Swords that you're feeling, and whatever circumstances or events have led you to feel this way or be in that energy. They are seeing that time is shifting and things are coming out of that. They were uncomfortable. Maybe hurtful words were said to one another, but your person sees that, well, there's only one way to go from here, and that's up. So there's an optimism and an understanding that things are changing or will change between the two of you. Let's see here. Let's get a clarifier for each. Why the Eight of Swords for you? Why the Eight of Swords for you, and how you're viewing this connection? Please give me one clarifier card, Spirit, to help me better understand this Eight of Swords. Why the Eight of Swords? I remember. Soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny plan. It feels like this person, maybe a divine connection, has sparked a remembrance in you, a deeper knowing of your purpose, why you're here, what you're doing. But there is an ego standing in the way, a resistance to following that, and that feels like this limitation that your thoughts are projecting into your awareness. There's a story that you are being told in your mind, and you're allowing it to continue. You're allowing that story to repeat, and you are, instead of recognizing that not every thought and belief that comes into your awareness is your own, you are under the belief or in a place where you feel that your thoughts are you. And I would add that they're not. Not every thought that comes into your head is yours. One of the best descriptions I've ever read and learned about as far as our aura and our sphere of sensation comes from a book called Circles of Power by John Michael Greer. And he explains in great detail how thoughts come externally, you know, in the astral, and how we receive those, and the process by which those thoughts are funneled and processed to where we are aware of them. But I will say, for your own sake, don't believe every thought that comes into your head and claim it as your own. Question it. And if you feel like it's detrimental and it's causing you distress and it's causing you to halt forward movement and it's not a beneficial thought, I would encourage reframing. Reframe that thought. Turn it into a beneficial hope or faith-based way of thinking about it. Okay. And in doing so, it feels though you will be expanding or moving to a new higher vibration, a different timeline that's more central and has a foundation in your purpose. Okay, why the Wheel of Fortune for how your person is looking at this? Oh, this one wanted to come out. Double mission. Light worker, starseed, serve the world by being you. And I get a lot of, with the collective that I'm connecting is mirroring, and it feels like this person coming into your life has sparked a remembrance and an awareness in you of a higher understanding, and the same goes for you. I feel like you have reflected all the ways in which this person has been living an inauthentic life, and there's an awareness that, like, wow, things have been bad for a really long time, and here's why. Because I've not been being authentic. For whatever motivated that mentality, they're seeing clearly now that being authentic is the path forward out of the misery they've been in. Which may not have anything to do with you, which may just be their life and the overall vibe of their life. You know, so you've helped this person to see a greater purpose in themselves and to embrace their authenticity. Okay, let's see how does this person feel about you, or how do they think of you in the head space, and how do they feel about you in the heart space? How does this person think of you in the head space and feel about you in the heart space? Let's get 2 cards, Spirit. One for the head, one for the heart for this person. There's one. How does this person feel about the collective in the heart space? Okay, so in the headspace, we have, I tried to replace you, but it didn't work. It didn't work out because I'm madly in love with you and I was fighting it. I know this is divine. And that kind of comes to right here is this light worker starseed, serve the world by being you. Up until meeting you, no one challenged this person for the way that they were being. You illuminated all the shadows that needed to be faced within this person's immediate path. And in that process of realization, they might have resented you for it in the beginning, but they are seeing now it was a blessing. So that's the head. In the heart, I know you are my soulmate, babe. Our bond is magnetic. I'm seeing all the signs. I mean, that pretty much sums it up. They might be seeing synchronicities. There's, thoughts coming into their awareness, downloads. And this is a time when a lot of us are really stepping out of what we've known and stepping into a new purpose in this life. And I think you and your person right now are no exception. I think you divinely were chosen for one another to do this, to show each other there's more to life. There's more to this. And there's no time to waste in pursuing it. Okay, let's see here. What are you behaving, or how are you behaving towards one another at this time? Let's do tarot. How are each of you behaving towards the other at this time? Please give me 2 cards, Spirit. One for each. One for the collective, one for their person. How are you behaving towards one another at this time? Okay. 8-8 might be relevant for you. So we've got the 8 of Cups and the 8 of Wands. So it feels like up to this point, whatever effort you were putting into this connection with this person was completely unsatisfying and lacked balance and effort on their part. So you walked away with a quickness. You walked away towards something that matters, something that's purposeful, something that makes you feel good in your heart and in your soul. And that's where you stand right now, is you've walked away from it. And, you know, I think it feels like you put a lot of time and waiting into this person, but you've realized at this juncture in your life, you're too important, and what you're doing in life is too big to wait for someone. So the gift of your absence is what you've given this person. And how they're behaving towards you: cold, unaffected, stoic. But deep down inside, they're waiting for you to come back to them. They're waiting for that ship that is you to come back to them. They do feel very passionate with you or about you, and they want to create something with you, but the front that they're putting on is this unaffected, uninterested coldness. Stoicism, right? Logic, reason. There's not a lot of heart or emotion in the way they're approaching you. If there's been communication, it has been very unloving, and not necessarily mean, but an obvious question like, how are they acting so cold towards me? I know that's not the truth of what they feel. So you're intuitively knowing that there's more behind the face of what they're putting onto you. But their energy is very cold, but behind the scenes, waiting for you. Okay, what is the most magnetic aspect of the connection for each of you? Let's see, what card do we want to use for that? What is the most magnetic aspect of the connection for each of you? What draws you to one another most strongly? Is that a word? Strongly? Most strongly? What is the most magnetic aspect in each of you that draws you to the connection? Please give me 2 cards. One for the collective, one for their person. Well, let's see. There's too many there. All right, let's see. Please give me 2 cards, Spirit. Just 2. Reflect. And I want to say the most recent reading I did, one of you got this card. So reflect. And that's basically what I said, and, how you're viewing the connection. Each of you, you're a mirror image. I mean, you've both illuminated something great and profound within each of you. So the most magnetic thing about them is you're grateful for this self-awareness. You feel like an individual who is motivated and driven to evolve and expand and to understand greater purpose and truths in your life. So you're taking this, what seems like, in the energy leading up to it, may have been something hard and disappointing and emotionally unsatisfying, but you're approaching it with an attitude of gratitude, and you are grateful for the mirror that has shown you what you need to see, because essentially they've shown you where you need to heal, and when you heal, you evolve and you expand. So that's beautiful. Okay, what they are most drawn to in you is harmony. And right now, I feel that, I mean, these people are in person next to each other, and it feels like when you and this person are together, everything is perfect. When you're in the presence of one another and you are shining your light on one another, it's a beautiful and peaceful experience. But it feels like when you two are apart, that's when the chaos comes in. That's when the mind starts thinking. That's when the head starts creating problems that don't exist. And that's when you start believing the lies of the ego that wants to keep you stuck. Okay. And let's see here. What is blocking the connection for each of you? What is blocking the connection for each of you at this time? Let's get one card for each, please. What is blocking the connection for each of you right now? That's so interesting. I had an observation at the park the other day, and my mom had told me about something, and that's confirmation that the candle went out. My mom had received a message in one of her experiences from her higher self that said evil cannot reach the singing birds in the trees. And yesterday, oh, that's so funny. So yesterday, I was noticing there's some beautiful bird at the park that was kind of hovering around where my son and I were, and then it swooped up and flew up in the tree, and that thought came into my head. And evil cannot reach the singing birds in the trees. And in Genesis in the Bible, it talks about how when God cast Satan or Lucifer, whatever, out of the kingdom of heaven, and he said something, I'm totally botching it, but you'll be cursed essentially to crawl on your belly in the dust and the dirt. And that's what it feels like, right? So what's blocking each of you right now is this person is operating from their ego 3D material world mentality. It's clear that you are the more evolved person, and your vibration is essentially too high for this person right now, and that's the truth of it. And that might be discouraging and hard for you to hear, but also it should be exciting, and you should feel a sense of accomplishment and goodness for yourself for what you've accomplished. You are at a higher vibration, and not that they're evil, but they are operating from the level of consciousness where evil is easily accessible in this person's aura, right? In evil cannot reach the singing birds in the trees. So, and maybe that's confirmation for me right now. Who knows? So flying, the blockage, and it's not essentially a bad blockage, right? You might be forcing from the ego something with this person that might not be meant for you, at least right now or ever. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep embracing that walking away energy and pursuing what matters to you. Okay. Let's see. What are you being called to let go of at this time? Let's see. What are you being called to let go of on your journey, on your path, on your evolution, your journey to expansion and rising and enlightenment? What are you being called to let go of through the lens of this relationship or this connection? What are you being called to let go of? What belief? What mentality? A job? What you do with your time? What are you being called to let go of right now? There are feelings of anger inside me that I need to release before I explode. Are you listening to the unrest within you? When there's feelings of anger, the body is generally trying to communicate it to you. So what is your body saying to you right now? What is happening with your mind? Do you feel at peace right now? If you are to close your eyes and listen to your body, scan it from head to toe in the slowest manner while you take deep breaths. Where do you feel discomfort? What is this anger from? Did it start out as anger, or did it turn into anger from what it was? So something is within you that feels like it needs to be said, but you're not saying it, either to this person or to yourself. Okay, let's see. What is the overall energy that exists between and is felt by both of you? What is the overall energy that exists between and is felt by both? Strongest connecting energy between you and your person. Let's get one card, Spirit. Honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. And when I think of holidays, I mean the next one coming up, well, there's only one that I really care about, and that's Halloween. But any holidays, local or national, perhaps there is an aspect of each of you that is looking forward to it. Maybe you might see one another at this event. Maybe you work together and there's an event going on at work. But there is an aspect of each of you that's looking forward to the time you see one another next. Okay, let's see. Let's close it out with some advice. What would you like the collective to know at this time, Spirit, for their highest good and their greatest growth in alignment with divine intention? What would you like the collective to know? What would you like the collective to know? What would you like the collective to know? Lose your cool? Everyone has done something wrong. Even good people lose their cool. It's a call not to be so harsh on yourself. If there's a response that you had to this person in this situation that you're not proud of, just know that nobody's perfect and we all make mistakes. And if it's something that you need to correct or you know, take the high road and do right by, then do what your gut is telling you to do. All right, and one last one for advice for the collective. What advice do you have for the collective for their highest good? They are open and receptive to receiving this guidance as long as it's for their highest good. Where am I called to use my voice right now? You have a soul script that was written to be spoken. Your story matters, and it's time for you to share it with the world. Share your story with at least one person today. Be brave and speak your truth. Your voice will be the catalyst for healing in others. And where was that? Soul plan, faded, was it? And this one is true. I do believe, it's a personal opinion, that everything that you go through that challenges you and that's hard and that you grow and evolve past, and you're working to actively grow and evolve past, is something that can be used to help and guide others. It was put in front of you for a reason. You are strong enough to overcome it and to take the highest lesson and wisdom from it. Everything in your life is happening to you for a reason. It is helping to mold and shape you and to equip you with the knowledge you need to evolve and to expand in this lifetime, and to remember that you are a soul in a body. You are not a body that has a soul. So speak your truth. Whatever you're going through, I guarantee you're not the only person in the world that's going through it. We are much more connected in our experiences than our ego lets us believe. And I'm going to get some charms to close it out because I haven't done that in a while. And because they're fun. Okay. Confirmation. Names, numbers. Oh, that one's gone. Okay. You have God, a heart, steering your ship, a cat, a girl and a boy riding a bike, the Eiffel Tower, an elephant, and we have A, B, M, T, and F as in Frank. And I hope this was helpful for you. And if it was, please like, share, and comment. And have a beautiful day. I'm sending you all so much love, and we'll talk soon.